Welcome. It's Psychic Tuesday. I'm your guide, Bernice Bisson. We made it back a whole nother week. Welcome to my studio, another view of my studio and my artwork. I've been busy painting I've been working on a very specific project, and then I got out the paints last night. And if you are on my Facebook, you can go check out some of my artwork that I also post there. Um, but let's get started. We're going to start with all 12 signs. Of course, listen to all three sun, moon, rising for your full message. And we're going to start with Aries. Hello, Aries, my beautiful Aries. And so, Chiron going over old gone. Chiron is an asteroid in Aries right now, and it's around the wounded healer, and it's going over old ground and really having you check in with your feelings, right? Aries are like, oh, my feelings, not again. Yeah, but here's some good news. You've got the north node of destiny sort of shifting out and the south node of karma. We've got a shift in karma, and everyone's going to experience this shift in karma, both absolutely wonderfully and maybe a little devious, maybe a little mischievous, maybe some old karma that you're like, darn, I need to finish the paperwork. Anyway, you're gonna have to let your feelings out. And yeah, all of them, even the ones that scare you, even the ones that are in your shadow self, that you're gonna have to put that all with one. And as the transits go the next 10 days, we've got, right up into that full moon, which is sort of that first shift in karma that we're all going to feel, because it is shifting out of the Libra Aries axis and is moving into the Pisces Virgo axis, joining a whole plethora of other planets that, should be interesting. At any rate, yeah, it's going to be pretty feelies this week, Aries, and it could be good. Maybe you're getting a good back massage, or it could be interesting where you're going to check in with some old feelings that you have with people. Don't go backwards. Okay. All right, Aries. Taurus, sun, moon, rising. Well, you've got the first sort of Uranus is retrograde, and it's been literally, it's like a surprise element, but you saw it coming like a slow moving train. Always hoping it wasn't going to arrive, but there it is. And so Uranus has that kind of weird element this next 10 days, in play with Venus, in play with Pluto, and two retrograde planets in Pisces. However, check in with your body, Taurus. Check in and release any tensions. This could be about really tuning into your pleasures, your needs, your vices. You could be really checking into recommitting to physical activity. You could be recommitting to taking care and self-care of your body this next 7 to 10 days, and opportunities to do so. It could be even good news from a doctor. You could be like, excellent, that's exactly the news I needed. And so coming up for you over the next 7 to 10 days, Tauruses. Gemini. Well, Jupiter's there, and it does go, it's direct. It's one of the few planets right now directed. So it is going to go retrograde in October, going over gains. You might have made strides and gains since your birthday there, Geminis, but you're going to be going back over some of that, reaffirming, recommitting, deciding if it's really what you want or the trajectory you want to go in. Because once you commit to it over the next 10 days, but 2 years, it's going to be big commitments. It's going to require to open your heart. That's the hard part. Not just a little bit, neither, like big, wide open, woundy wound stuff. And with all that Pisces energy really coming at sort of a cross section with Jupiter and the North Node, this full moon, we've got Neptune, we've got Saturn. Let love flow in, let it happen. Let it come in, let it show up for you. I feel like you might have people and love and romantic stuff showing up for you. Or you could just be, people's favorite. That's always good too. Cancerian, sun, moon, rise, and my little crab, you got Mars in your sign, which makes us a bit persnickety. Persnickety about stuff that inconveniences us, or passive aggressive kind of stuff, or annoying coworkers, or like, long lineups, small inconveniences, that kind of energy. And I think the way to deal with this little crab is that no one said life was a race, and you don't have to race to anywhere. You don't have to rush anywhere. Take your time, assess, weigh out, think of options. It's okay to slow down right now. It's okay to sleep in. It's okay to have a nap. It can't all be high motivation, go, go, go. You're going to have to take some time because that Mars energy, could push. It's there for a while too, and could push you outside your comfort zones in places. Hey, slow down. No one said you have to go get there quickly. Leo, sun, moon, rising. Um, Take responsibility for choices. You have choices, you have options, you've got lots of options, and it's going to be like maybe you have to take care of all the details of things over the next 7 to 10 days. And there'll be a lot of them. And you make choices that really serve you. Don't make them to please other people, Leo. Don't make them so that everyone else is happy. Really find something that serves yourself in this, and that really works for you. That is really because you could have all these options, and it could be even people giving you options, and you're like, I can make my own options. Thank you very much. With that persnickety Cancerian Mars energy in your 12th house. And it is around that shadow side. So keep that in mind there, my little Leos. And whatever choices come to you, I feel like you'll know in your gut, you'll know right away what's good for you and what's not. That's the nice part. Virgo, sun, moon, rising. Virgo, holy schmoles. Okay. So where do I start? The next 10 days, you've got, you've got the sun, you've got, your new moon that just happened. You've got um, we've got Vesta, which is an asteroid around commitments in your sign. We've got the south node of karma really across from you. September 17th is the full moon lunar eclipse in Pisces. And let me tell you, that's all around your house of partnership and all around. You could be surprised. You could be pleasantly surprised. You could also receive news or things about home, family, foreign travels, things like that. You could also receive really, really light being shed on even things that maybe you need out of relationships. And that you really could come to terms with that. You could be very focused on your value, money, how you're being valued, what you're accruing, and that could be really where you're feeling in the love. You'll feel the love there for sure. Okay, Virgos. Libra, sun, moon, rising. Oh, Libra, holy boy, it's good to have that south node of karma off you a little bit. You have one more. Sorry, Libra. You do have a new moon with a partial sort of eclipse coming. It's your reset button. Huh? And you don't have to give away your power. And this is the big message for you over the next 10 days, leading into your birthday with this shift in karma very much so with this new moon of a reset. This is a realignment. This is a reamalgamation. This is everything sort of falling into place as long as you keep your boundaries and your power. Do not give it away. We can get good things. We can manifest good things in life, but darn, we sure to screw it up sometimes. And we sometimes do give it away. Sometimes we do miss out. Sometimes we do put our foot in our mouth, and we could have things, the stars aligned for us at any time and shoot, I didn't do myself justice in this one. That's what we always wind up saying around that. And so keep that in mind there, Libras. Scorpio, sun, moon, rising, my little Scorpios. I feel like someone is in need of your love. They're going to be reaching out. And I feel like, particularly with this Pisces full moon, with a very karmic lunar eclipse, or sorry, lunar eclipse with the full moon, offer to them, open your heart, let love in, let it happen. Let people who are coming to really look to what they have to offer to you, because I feel like you could have in the love department, you could be feeling the love of clients, you could be feeling the love of friends, you could be feeling the love of partners, past partners. Wait for the new stuff, though. Don't go backwards, Scorpio. You really are stepping forward. This is a time for you to move forward, very much so around your house of partnership, and that Uranus energy RX could help you resolve some old issues and move forward in big ways. And I feel like someone's coming for you. Someone's coming for you, sending you love. Sagittarian, sun, moon, rising, my little Sag, about cash flow, money, work, Stop caring about what people think. Make decisions that are in your best interest, your family's best interest, and things you have to decide. You might have to look at new work commitments, that could be new locations, new work, new opportunities, new requirements of you around work, career, volunteering, your social setting, social media, and things you have to organize. So these are all big things that can include even renovations around your house. Is just getting on top of that to-do list. Sagittarians, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising. Huh, you got Pluto back. Boy, oh boy, you're like, I thought I got rid of Pluto. Now I came back to kick you in the ass one more time. Just so you know that. Just kidding. Not really. So Capricorns, you know, you deserve happy, you deserve joy, you deserve pleasure. You don't have to feel guilty. I feel like this is going to be a time, the next 7 to 10 days, you'll be given time just to breathe and let things go, given times to really assess and look at where you're at, where you're standing, where things are going for you. Could be quite good for you. You have obligations and commitments that will present themselves to you. And either way, I feel like they work out in your greatest and highest order, particularly when Pluto goes direct and leaves your sign finally in November. Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising. It's all about your house, home, and body. Get your house in order, get your house cleaned out, get your house organized, get what food you're intaking, what vitamins you're intaking, get that all organized, get that sorted. This is a time to you're going to have lots of power and resilience. You've got Pluto sort of backtracking a bit in your 12th house to help you reflect on what's not healthy for you. And then it's going to move you forward once it goes direct in November, bringing you into a new era of how you feel about yourself, how you feel mentally, physically, emotionally, and about your home. And you could be really starting to feel good about this. Or, you could be going like on a drunken binge for the next, 2 months and it wind up not good. Remember, karma's at work here. So play it safe there, Aquarians. Play it safe. Pisces, Sun, Moon, Rising. Holy moly, Pisces. Where do I start? That Gemini, Pisces, Aquarians, Libras, Scorpios. Really, this energy, you've got that North Node in Pisces, that that eclipse is the first one kicking off for you, your lunar axis, along with 2 retrograde planets. You're not stuck, Pisces. You're really gathering your energy, you're gathering your forces, you're gathering your commitments, you're gathering some really wonderful spiritual, psychic, emotional, mental capacities that will move you forward in big ways. They feel a bit grinding because the thing that they're all requiring from you, Pisces, is discipline. That's the piece that and anything around that, you're going to have to stay really disciplined and boundaries disciplined, focused on what you're needing, what your goals are, and maybe not really sharing it, really kind of keeping it to yourself, like personal goals, and really being resolved in accomplishing them. And you'll be shown that the next 7 to 10 days, particularly with this full moon, helping you shed light on things. I do, of course, have the next 6 months impact from that moon with the corresponding new moon in your sign with your birthday. Okay? So we'll see what culminates from this full moon for your Pisces. And again, you can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com. Please listen to all 3 of your Sun, Moon, Rising for your full message. I read out of Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I do psychic and medium work together. I read palms and cards and tea leaves, and I'm an astrologer. I love working with birthdays. It's probably my favorite. I really love exploring a person's natal chart and looking at Sabian symbols, looking at life paths, looking at both past life and this life, destiny, goals, and meaning for us. Anyway, thank you. Let's get started. Let's start with Beatriz in San Diego, California. Hello, Beatriz. How may I be of service to you? Okay, so I think we're going to get her back on. I talked too long, I think is what it was. And she was like, okay, lady, and can't wait for you, but we'll get her back. So I want to go to just back to some of this planetary alignment with this full moon. We have a culmination in the Pisces full moon along with Neptune, Saturn, the North Node, and the South Node. So going over your meaning, destiny, what's your blocks and barriers? This could be very much crown chakra activation. This could be very much third eye and sacral chakra, chakra activations. The best I would for this full moon, I would suggest to people to celebrate and put your intentions forward, particularly around your own meaning, purpose, and direction for this next 2 years. As these eclipses is the first of six. So hold on your hat, everybody. It'll be a ride. Okay, I think we have our beautiful Beatrice back. How may I be of service to you?
Well, lately I've been feeling sad and like with no direction. I mean, I retired, everything, but lately it's the sadness that just,
Okay.
money situation, sadness, where I'm living, just
Okay.
it's blocking me.
Okay, let's explore that a little bit, okay? Can you
Thank you.
count backwards I'm going to look at all of that. I'm going to start with a little exercise I like to do it around looking at where we can move and move the energy, move the blocks, what's coming up for you. Can I ask, what is the day and month of your birthday?
December 31st, 1949.
Or December 31st. Let's explore that a little bit. So I
Okay.
talked a little bit about the astrology at the beginning, with Capricorn
Mm-hmm.
and Pluto making a return for the final time in all of our lifetimes, right in your
Mm-hmm.
29th degree, um, which are completions, culminations, conclusions, things that we really, and this is this is an 18 to 22 year cycle. So if I go back 20 years, you're really concluding some larger cycles. And I'm even going to go back to 2012. Now, if I move forward, because that's exactly where we want to move, um, come November, after November, you're going to see far more momentum into April around your finances. And this could be
Great.
form, documents, um, opportunities for even part-time earnings, things around small bits of money. I wish it was big, chunky money, but I don't think
Mm-hmm.
so. And I feel like what's coming forward from these documents I feel like by the end of April, like April 30th, I feel like it's about $300 a month that
Oh, really? Great.
is gonna
I've been
is
looking for
gonna
a job, but that's no
yeah,
nowhere.
and it could be like just something smaller, not a this is something that I feel like is going to be quite easy for you and very local. And I funny because I almost feel like it could involve food or groceries or a place that has food and that it would feel far more local and that it would be about $300 a month extra, which feels like it's not gazillions, but it kind of helps tie a couple of loose ends up for you. There's also
Right. This is you're
something,
talking about a job?
yes, okay? And I feel like there's something also in terms of your utilities. I don't know if your utilities fluctuate or seem to have different amounts every month. Um, but there's something to watch for, particularly come around November, December about utilities, cost of utilities, or it might be good to be on a budget with that. Or you could look at a change
Well,
in where you're living that might include them.
where I live right now, which I just moved in March, it
Okay,
includes the utilities,
good,
but
good.
not
And
not
you
too
just moved
happy.
in March? Good. Um,
Right.
if I may,
Mhm. Tell
there's
me
something,
everything, please.
um, um, there's also something, you have a man that seems to come around who's helpful where you're living. And I feel like this could be someone that is right around where you lived or where you moved. They could have recently moved in or moving in. They also show up in an earth sign energy for you. And I'm going to say within 8 days, 8 weeks, 8 months, this person, it's like right around you, even if it was since May, like this last I know you moved. I heard you.
Mhm. Mhm.
But maybe where you moved um, in March. But there's something about a male who's an earth sign who's very helpful, who comes around to help. He could live in your place, in your block, around you. And I actually feel like, particularly come October, um,
Hmm.
there's something
Because
where
I'm
he could
single,
be.
I've been looking too because I don't want to be too lonely here. But it's almost like whatever I do, I'm not too content with lately. And I'm usually not that way, but
Yeah,
that's
and it's
great.
hard. It's hard to feel that. Absolutely, and especially moving to a new place. Beatrice. Sorry, I have a friend with your
Hmm.
same name and like kind of pronunciation, and she lives on the West Coast as well, and I miss her a lot. But at any rate, so I was kind of happy to hear your
Hmm.
name. Um,
Hmm. Thank you.
there's a gentleman who seems to be around where you live. This could be in the same apartment block or the same area. He's very helpful. I feel like, aside from that, a couple of other like neighbor friends, just be really careful about go to their places for coffee instead of having them over. Okay.
Okay.
Or there could be a common area place to go and have a coffee or a tea around where you're living. And I feel like sometimes there's like a group room or or a common area. And I feel like I'm within, I'm going to use,
Do you see anything with that where I'm living now? At first, it was like okay, happy because it's
it
financially
was,
what I could afford, but I'm
yeah.
not too happy, and I'm going maybe it's this place.
I feel like you have to stay there for another 18 months. So I feel like
Okay.
you are there for a 2-year stint and you have to stay there for
Mhm.
another 18 months. I feel like before another place comes open for you. And to be honest, if you moved right now, I feel like it would be a very similar move. Like, oh, happy got out of that place, then
Oh.
you got that place, and you're like, ah, it didn't
Mhm.
really solve
Mhm.
being sad. So I feel like where you're living, the key for you, my beautiful Beatrice, is to go to common area places, like a place out for coffee, a place like
Like just
right
go out
around,
somewhere and yeah. Mhm.
just because it's just around trying to connect to your community. Okay.
Exactly.
Trying to connect because I feel like there could also be like a part-time sign that goes up or that where you kind of go for coffee, you kind of go out, there could be an opportunity that pops up for you. And that it
Mhm.
fits perfectly in with being close to where you live and
Mhm.
your situation. And it- I would, and I would say don't go too late in the day. I feel like between 10 and 2 is a key time for you to kind of get out and about just in your local neighborhood. I don't want you to go too far because I want you to get to know and so that you have a sense of belonging. Because sometimes when we're sad, um, it's hard for us to like, there's not people we're meeting out there, and it's that we're
Mhm.
missing a sense of belonging. And I feel like
Mhm.
if you just get out to that local coffee shop or diner, like a little cafe where you just go have a coffee, 10 to 2, I feel like,
Mhm.
wind up meeting a couple of people, and there's a couple of like, I feel like there's a group that already hangs out there, and then you'll get to know them, and it feels really good. Um, now,
And
in
it's not
turn,
even me, but I put myself out there like Facebook, and I go, oh, that gets like
no,
I put myself
social
in it.
media, social media is not good for making us not sad. So I feel like don't putting yourself out there on a social network isn't because it doesn't give you a sense of belonging. It still doesn't meet that
True.
need for you of having a place that like people say, "Oh, hey, B, good to see you." It's good to see you
Mhm.
again.
Mhm.
And I don't.
Mhm.
Sometimes when we don't have the funds to commit to groups and leagues and yada yada, I feel like local coffee shop, the local, 'cause there's already a group of people that there, and I feel like if you go that around that time, there's like a natural group.
Mhm.
The other piece, there's something very much about you need to walk a little more. There's something about your hips, feet, knees, sitting that
Yes.
could get you. Yeah, it could get to you a little bit. And I feel like,
I'm a gym goer, but my hips have been hurting because basically I don't have a good chair, so I'm paying it off
oh,
by
you're
paying
okay.
a
You're
good,
eating it.
good
Okay,
chair.
so if the sitting is an issue, so go to the gym's a great place to kind of meet people, of course. Maybe they have
Mm.
pickleball. Maybe they have groups. You know what I'm saying? Things that
Right.
you can sort of just in your natural environment, you don't have to go far because what you're going to do is you're opening yourself up to meet people where you already feel safe and comfortable. And that's always the best because
Correct.
when we don't feel safe and comfortable, we put ourselves out in places like social media and then we don't feel safe and comfortable and it doesn't work out because then we
Right.
feel sad and lonely,
It's so
right?
true. You're right. Like I put
You know,
myself out
I
there and I
feel
go, oh
like
my God, no.
you're very young, you're very vibrant, you have lots of energy. You're that Capricorn energy. They're like stubborn little goats, you know? They just keep, they
I
keep
do.
moving. As long as they keep moving. Um, Now I feel like the gym is good. Now after the gym, go to a cafe, go. And I would say to kind of find the same place, and there's something magic about between the 10 and 2 hour that you'll find great. And then I feel like um, the people that you're going to meet, they're going to be right in your neighborhood, and you're going to meet. I feel like there's a gentleman who's very doesn't want to live with you, not going to run off and marry you, but I feel like he lives in your
Really?
neighborhood, and he's very chatty, and he loves to talk, and he's going to know everything about
Mm.
everything.
You're
I
saying this
promise you.
person, I already know him? Or is,
If he's in your circle, he could even be somebody who's already at the gym. I just don't see you romantically involved with
wow,
him. I don't think that's. I feel like he's someone
okay.
though. I feel like he's kind of a bigger guy. He's not a little shrinking violet. This man, and I feel like he loves to sit and chat. And so if he is at the gym, invite him to that coffee. But have a good place to go. Thank you, my beautiful Beatrice, and I'm sending you lots of love. And I feel like those opportunities are going to pop up even within 8 months as you put yourself out in your own neighborhood and community. And you can find me in my community in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. You can find me at bernicebissonpsychic.com and all of my one social media page. But everything you need is there. And I'm going to see everyone in 7 days. Stay safe, stay well, and sending everyone love.